Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do The Collective for today, Tuesday, October 1st, 2024. You may follow me on the book, the Insta, the talk, or the tube, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Pardon me. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. If some of it does not, just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. Okay? Let me fix my screen a little bit. Twisted Oracle, Twin Flames Exposed. But you know how I feel about that. It's not just about Twin Flames. You can find that on Etsy, Timing Oracle, Hidden Truth Oracle, all things intuitive. We got 4 cards on the table. We got 5 cards on the table. Seven cards on the table. Nine cards on the table. One more shuffle. Okay. Okay, I'm going to set this over here. We've got Left You Hanging. We've got Illumination. Police. Married. Getting tarot readings. Fairy tale. Massive regrets. Round and round. Signs. Bottom of the deck, love child. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. This is more like a, hey, did you know what this person was doing when you were doing them kind of message. I'll pull some hidden truth oracle, but there's no timing needed because I don't think this person's coming in anytime soon. This would be For some of you, this is an ex-lover. For some of you, this is someone and it just like never got off the ground. They left you hanging. I mean, either way, they left you hanging. Take how it resonates. Now, either you were illuminated to the fact that this person was married, like it was like almost like a red alert, like a siren going off, like oh my god, I can't even believe this is happening kind of thing. Or you're going to be illuminated to the fact, or I'm giving you the precursor to that illumination. Married. I mean, I look at long-term union as a marriage as well. Take how that resonates. I don't think. Let me do a quick browse because I don't remember if there's like a union card in here. Because I want to say like married, like they're married, but sometimes I thought there was a card that said like there's a new boo card, romance, reconcile. No, I think that's it. Options. Hold on, a couple more seconds here. There's an I love you card, a family card. Is family to me? Oh, pop the question. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so it says married. I would say this that they're married. When it says pop the question, sometimes I think of couples that are engaged for a really long time, so really they're just like in union. So that would make sense. Technically, you could say that here too. You can take how it resonates, but I was getting like married. This person might have seemed like they were a dream come true with the fairy tale card, when in fact they weren't. Phony, trickster, illusionist. So this is what I'm seeing is this person is a massive regret, not just over the connection with you, but other connections as well. Because there were ones before you and there were ones after you. I'm just going to say this unless this person is literally picking up a country bumpkin that has no idea what TV is and doesn't read and has literally sat in their bedroom for the last 18 years, um, it's very hard to get one over on a woman nowadays. Now, that's not to say that a woman couldn't date a married man and know and still do it anyway. But for women to know, like this, there's signs, and most women know what those signs are. So when they're dating a married man, when they're just starting dating a married man, typically they know fairly right away. Just gonna say. And I'm one of those people like sometimes I like to plan like my outings like on the weekend and my days off, and sometimes I just fly by the seat of my pants. So I would expect the person that I'm with to be sort of the same way. So if I were to call a man or a woman up on a Saturday at like noon and be like, "Hey, I'm driving to the forest preserve 30 miles away. I'm making a picnic. I'm picking you up." If this person says, "Oh no, sorry, this, that, and the other," I'd be like, "Huh, well, let me drive by your house and check on you." I think I think women nowadays are kind of fed up with the bullshit. So men that try to pull this bullshit, it doesn't really work. And If that fails, if your own intuition fails, there are the web pages on Facebook where women put up the pictures of men that they think are cheaters and liars. Those are always fun. I'm a part of one of those. And I don't know why I'm a part of one of those because I'm not dating anybody. There was a guy on there that someone posted a picture of that I thought I had seen him on OkCupid, and I did say that. But I said I couldn't tell for sure. And it makes me laugh though, because women get on there and like, does anybody know anything about this man? I think there might be something wrong with him. And the one time I got on there and I looked at the picture of the guy, and I was like, okay, whatever. It was a black guy, okay, and she made comment that he went by the name D, and he had like a kid or something like that, but she thought maybe he was married or he was already with someone. And I commented in the comments because I couldn't help myself, like I wasn't even thinking, I just like did it on the fly. One of my ex-girlfriends, white woman, only ever dated black men, and he went by the name D, and he has a daughter. The only thing was is he lives in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, and she said this guy lived in Chicago or something. I don't know. So I posted there on there. I said, "Oh, that's funny. A friend of mine used to date a guy named D, but he lives in Lake Geneva." She gets on there really bitchy, and she's like, "Why are you even commenting about that? How is that helpful?" And I responded, I said, honey, you're the one going online looking for people to give you advice when you already know in your heart that this man is with someone else and you shouldn't date him. I had like three women get on there and like my comment, and she did not respond. She did not respond. If you have doubts, there's a reason why you have doubts. Either you're having doubts because you're right and the man is a cheater, or you're having doubts because it doesn't matter. They're not the right one for you. So let them go and don't even bother asking. That's just my opinion. But I did feel bad for posting the comment because it was kind of stupid of me. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was funny at the time, and I didn't mean to make fun of her. Like I literally was saying, like, "Huh, that's kind of funny." But anyway, snotty ass comment. She kind of deserved what she got. I didn't say that. So again, this person is in regret because they've dated others before you and or after you, or tried to date, um, even while married. This person is in a cycle, and they know they're in a cycle with their marriage, their union, and dating. Like they know that they shouldn't be dating. They're unhappy in their marriage. They won't call it quits. They won't get the divorce. Um, Now, you might have seen signs and ignored them, or maybe you didn't. I don't know. This person gives off signs. Like I was just saying, like being the age that I am, I would dig deeper, and if something was fishy, like I'd break it off. Like I don't have time for BS. And that's what I did last year when I was kind of playing the field there for a little bit. When my intuition told me no, something's not right here, I kicked him to the curb, and that's how it goes. Like I don't have time. I don't have time. So this person knows that they give off signs, red flags. They know it. That's part of the regret too. Like this person really firmly believes that they're stuck and they can't get a divorce. They can't leave this union. And again, they're in regret because none of these affairs have worked out. They're also in regret. It's going to kind of sound horrible, but like they're in regret because they can't find like one little bit of happiness because they are not happy They're not happy with this. Whatever this is, they're not happy with it. This person has children, a child or children from this union, from this marriage. Come on. What the hell? Sorry, guys. I'm just so tired of the cough and the allergies. And if it's the cats, like, I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm going to have to get rid of 4 cats that I've had for 9 years. Like, I can't even. And I seriously can't. Um, and I want to cough up a lung, but I can't because I will pull the muscle in my neck and shoulder and re-hurt myself. And I don't want to do that either. So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Yeah, so this person has a child or has children from this union, from this marriage. I don't think that that's technically what keeps them there. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I think this person stays in this marriage or this union because they know if they try to leave, they are gonna get fucked out of everything they have. And you know, I'm not saying if this person, I'm not saying that if this person left their family, that they wouldn't deserve to get fucked out of everything. But at the same time, like when I was with my ex husband, he had just come off a divorce from his first wife. And I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but he got fucked in the ass. Like, literally got fucked in the ass. And the fact that a judge even signed off on his divorce agreement is mind boggling to me. Um, he made pretty good money working for Costco. I mean, he still does, he still works there. He had to pay the ex wife child support, which is fine. It's like 20% for one kid. Um, this is a child that he adopted, by the way. This was her child with some guy that signed away his rights because he didn't want the child. So when my ex husband got with her, he adopted her son. The biggest blessing and mistake he ever made, honestly. And only a mistake because he had to deal with her and put up with her. Um, the kid was actually pretty great for the most part. Um, he had to pay 20% of his salary to her for child support. Okay, fine. Just an FYI, 20% of his salary was almost $800 a month, which after taxes and 401k and all that jazz, um, he only had about, I mean, he tended to work overtime. So I would say he probably only had about maybe like $1,800, $2,000 a month to live off of. And you would think that that would be okay. And back in 2011, it wasn't that bad. But now, I mean, rent is $2,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of crazy out there, depending on where you go. So, even if he were like me and he had like a rent that was like 1,200 bucks, that would only leave him $800 a month for bills, gas, groceries. But the kicker was he didn't even get that because for 2 years he was ordered to pay maintenance to this woman because the whole time they were married, she didn't have a job. And the court wanted to give her 2 years to get a job. You know what she did instead? She got a second husband. Now, in their divorce agreement, when she married, the maintenance was supposed to stop. Fabulous ex husband that I had agreed to her that he would pay for the 2 years. And then when the 2 years was almost up, I'll pay another 2 years, sure. At that point, him and I were living together, and he was contributing absolutely nothing to the cost of our living. And I say our living. I bought my townhouse, and I could afford to take care of myself. But now I was expected to take care of a man that couldn't take care of himself because he was taking care of a family that was no longer his. Yeah, he got hosed. He was paying almost $1,600 a month to this woman, which left him about $800, depending on if he did overtime or not, to support himself. Now, tell me what kind of judge would sign off on that? Tell me how that makes sense. I'm not one to really believe in maintenance. Like, I can't imagine. Like, I think when him and I got divorced, I think he thought I was going to ask for something. And I was like, I don't want anything yours. I don't even want your 401k. I want nothing. As long as you don't take mine, I'm not taking yours. And I had far less than him. He was fine. I said the only thing that I wanted when I sold my townhouse, I put $19,000 on the house that we bought together. I want that back when we sell the house. And then anything after will split. And that is what we did. That was what he agreed to. That's what I wanted. That's what we did. I didn't want anything of his. In fact, anything that we had in the house, I pretty much gave him first dibs unless it was like a family heirloom of mine. And things that his mom and grandmother had given me from their family, I gave back to him. Things that I even cherished and loved, I gave back to him. Um, so when him and I got a divorced, it was a totally different situation. But I just cannot believe that a judge would sign off on someone only having $800 a month to live off of in the year 2011. And I know responsibilities, blah blah blah. I don't believe in maintenance. I don't believe in spousal support. I just don't. She didn't have a job for the whole 5 years that they were married. B, get out and get a job. And her whole thing was, oh, well, I'm bipolar, I'm manic depressive. Do you know how many friends I have, men and women, that are bipolar and manic depressive, and yet they still manage to hold down a full time job and sometimes even a part time job for years at a time? Like, I don't, yeah, let's give you 2 years worth of free support. Let's do that instead. Let's continue the problem. I don't understand. Um, but that's kind of the energy I get here is like they're afraid that they're going to have to pay through the nose to this spouse to leave. And again, that could be a man or a woman. I mean, it depends on who's the breadwinner in the home. The woman could be the breadwinner in the home. I've known plenty of couples where the woman makes more money than the man. Even women at my work, because there's such an opportunity for overtime, and where I work, they technically pay really good money. And when you move up to departments, sometimes you get raises and all that jazz. I know plenty of women at my work that make more than their husbands. So, either way, I think that's what this person is afraid of. Is they're afraid of, putting in 10 years into a marriage, having 2 kids, and being like, I'm sorry, I'm unhappy. I don't want to be here. I want to do my own thing. I just wasn't meant for this. But they know if they do that, like, they're going to get the house, they're going to get half the 401k, they're going to get half of whatever's in the bank. And then this person who's already in a state is going to have to start over, basically. And then not only that, but a couple kids, they're going to have to pay child support. which is a whole other separate court issue, you know? And I said that either this person was getting readings on the people that they were with, or you got a reading on this person because you were suspicious. Or maybe both. Take how it resonates. Um, I've said this before, I've never gotten a reading on anybody. Um, I've only ever gotten 2 readings. My full reading was last year, June 8th, 2023, on my birthday, from my most favorite reader in the whole world, Dr. Jerome from TikTok. Um, and before that, a couple months before that, I got a 3-card pull. I don't know why I said 3 and held up 2 fingers. 3-card pull from Karma Bites on TikTok. Now she goes by Sunday on YouTube, I believe. Um, the only 2 reads I've ever gotten. I never got any reads on any of the guys I was seeing last year. I didn't get a read on the ex-best friend. I could care less. Never on my family. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't matter to me, you know? Um, I mean, not that I don't love them. I do, but I don't need to do that. Um, Getting readings on other people is just kind of ridiculous to me. And sometimes I'll sit on readings for Leo. Um, I have Leo in my chart, but my mother and my brother are Leos. My father is a Taurus. However, I almost never sit in on a Taurus reading because I have no Taurus in my chart, and it is the ex-best friend sign. Sometimes I sit on a Capricorn, even though it's not in my chart. That was my ex-husband's. So sometimes I just kind of, like to see what his energy could possibly be like. Um, yeah, that's it. I'm not a Pisces. I don't sit on Pisces, and I'm not an Aquarius. I don't ever sit in on Aquarius. Um, Gemini, Virgo. Although lately I haven't been sitting in on Virgo because they haven't resonated with me. Um, like I said, every once in a while, Leo. Libra lately has been jiving with my vibe, and occasionally Cancer and Scorpio. Sagittarius, hardly ever. Aries, every once in a while. I have an Aries moon, so typically Aries does resonate with me most of the time, but I know so many Aries that I'm not in contact with that I try and stay away from that. But yeah, I've never gotten a reading on another person. Like, what is the point of that? Like, how do I even know? Like, you're talking, like, okay, so I sit in on a Taurus for my dad and my ex-best friend. There's like a million Tauruses out there. There's a billion Tauruses out there. Like, and technically it's energy, right? So you could resonate with it whether you're a Taurus or not. Um, but I just don't. I just don't see like the point. I don't need to look in on other people's lives, you know? And who would who would want to in on this poor bastard's life? That's what I want to know. I think that's a woman on the front, but whatever. I mean, it doesn't. And what are they looking in on their affairs for? I mean, to see if they're going to stay? To see if they know if they're a cheater? It just doesn't seem worth it to me. Let's see what this person has to say, if anything. 29 minutes, really? I am still uploading videos from this afternoon. Only one of them uploaded. We got 2 cards on the table. We'll do one more shuffle. We've got I look for you everywhere. I feel you even though we are apart. Bottom of the deck, we both know I am not the one for you. All right, so I said before that you might have thought that this relationship with this person was like a fairy tale, like they were the one, like they were the dream, right? And maybe you two felt a connection. Maybe this was supposed to be a twin flame or a soulmate. You're just at different points in your lives. You're not in the same spot, you know? And I think if you felt something, this person felt something. Because I feel you even though we're apart. I mean, that could have been you, but I think this person is at the point where, and I'm just going to say it like this, like they can't get any new supply. They can't get any new girlfriends or boyfriends. And they feel like they're just stuck and they don't know what to do and they're just there because they can't find anybody to cheat with them. They probably are at the point where they don't even know if they want to try. Because if people keep figuring out and leaving, this person is probably just really tired of the game, honestly. Um, I'm gonna leave it at that. It's not like heavy. It's not like heavy energy. Honestly, it's like sad. Like there's just like a permeating sadness to it. Like somebody, I wouldn't even say like hopeless, but kind of like hopeless. It's kind of it's kind of like it kind of reminds me of the honeymooners, where they were married and he was always like saying shit to the wife or whatever, and it was like basically abusive. It reminds me of that kind of energy, but not abusive. Just someone that just doesn't want to be there, you know? Or kind of like Archie Bunker and Edith. Like he always was like made it seem like he didn't love her and didn't want to be there. Most of the times he was cracking jokes and shit. And then in the show when she passed away, I know, big spoiler alert. It was only on in the 80s. If you haven't watched it by now, when she passed away, you found out that he really fucking loved her, you know? Like she was his life. Um, but it kind of gives off that kind of energy, like somebody that just comes off unhappy. And like if you saw them, like whoever this couple is, if you saw them out and about, you'd be like, damn, that person isn't happy. They do not look happy there. That is not opposed to her for marriage, right? All right, now I'm gonna leave it there. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I'm gonna go try and breathe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.